Bradford Bulls and St Helens dominated Super League for over a decade. This week they meet here at Odsal without a grand final win between them in some 6 years. Hello again and welcome to Super League Touchline, Rugby League's magazine show. This week bathed in the sunshine at Bradford. And here's what we got this week. It's white knuckle time for the England squad. We'll see the top 5 tries from round 6. And there's plenty more from us here at Bradford. But first, here are this week's headlines. The Leeds head coach Brian McDermott has backed the RFL's disciplinary bosses after they handed out a 3-match ban to Ryan Bailey. The Rhinos prop was given the maximum sentence after admitting making deliberate contact with referee Richard Silverwood. This was during the Super League champions' 26-18 victory over Warrington. The Castleford coach Ian Millward has returned to work following the sudden death of his 19-year-old son Robbie. Millward spent 3 weeks on compassionate leave but has now resumed his coaching duties with the Tigers. He'll be in charge for Friday's trip to Stobart Super League leaders Huddersfield. Leeds captain Kevin Sinfield has been cleared to have a tilt at breaking the club's all-time scoring record at Salford on Friday. The England standoff, who's just 15 points short now of equalling Lewis Jones' record of 2,920 points set way back in 1964. Well, Sinfield suffered a dead leg in Friday's victory over Warrington. He has been passed fit by the club's medical staff on Tuesday. The former New Zealand international Sia Soliola is almost certain to miss St Helens' trip to Bradford on Saturday, but with a rugby-related injury rather than the facial injuries he sustained in a street attack. The 25-year-old former Sydney Roosters centre or second row had to have hospital treatment after being the victim of an alleged assault outside a town centre bar in the early hours of Monday morning. Now, England's elite training squad this week began their 2-year programme in the build-up to the World Cup. And the coach, Steve McNamara, well, he eased them in with a gentle spot of whitewater rafting.
I think it's been fantastic, all the lads getting together, mixing up the boats as well, just people from different clubs in different boats and just having a bit of fun at the same time and a little bit of competition at the end.
Yeah, it's been good fun, freezing cold but a few battle scars, but no, it's good fun, all good bonding. I guess you missed out on winning the race as well. I went to Ryan Bailey's lot.
Boys are very competitive, aren't they? And I think we was third going through the tunnel, so we had a chance, but then we just got left behind. But a couple of the boys fell in, Ollie and Leroy later on. That slowed us down. But yeah, no, it was really good team building exercise and good fun.
No, it's been great. Yeah, great day. Foreman, I won the race and they got caught by Bruffer's team, but we made it in the end.
And who was in the team?
Me, Zach, Josh Charnley, Bill Coptree. Me and I look back, you know, big lads, put it in.
It's the first time you've done this type of activity?
Yeah. Bit cold, but I'm used to it now, it's alright.
Enjoyed it then?
Yeah, I enjoyed it really good.
And is it quite difficult out there?
Nah, nothing really. Nah, not for likes of us. I mean, obviously we won it with Bales and Zach and Josh as well. We killed it. It's nothing really. It's just what we do.
We've got 2 years to build for the World Cup, and we know what's in place this year and next. You know, I think that it's great that the boys got a bit of clarity on that, and yeah, really exciting programme. You know, hopefully I'll be involved for the full 2 years, and we go all the way. But you know, it's exciting times for England Rugby League.
And finally, you just look around and you look at the quality in the squad, not just in the ETS but in the nights, and you know, everybody will be looking over the shoulders if the place is up for grabs here.
Without a doubt, that's what the nights system's all about, bringing these young kids through, and they've obviously got the potential and the talent. It's whether they kick on now. So yeah, I think everyone we'll be looking over the backs. That's what Martin Johnson spoke about. He come and addressed the team last night, and he said, himself included, at the 2003 World Cup, everyone was really improving. All the young kids were coming through, and all the older guys really did improve their performance as well, and that's what it's all about.
And the next competitive commitment for England and Steve McNamara will be the International Origin Series, the 2 matches against the Exiles, who this week had named their setup. The coach will be Daniel Anderson, formerly of St Helens, of course, and the captain, Warrington's Brett Hodgson.
I was really proud to be a part of what was the first series of the Exiles versus England, and to be leading the side this year, it's even more of an honour. It's very, very excited.
Now I'm retired, I wanted to try and stay involved, and very happy that the RFL approached me about being one of the management team, and I think we can really build it into something great for not only just for the international level, but for the game over here.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Went down to the local, sat down there, had a couple of pints, watched the match, and thought it was absolutely fantastic. And I thought the reason why it was so good was because of what the Exiles brought. You know, everyone was sort of watching it with eyes wide open, thinking, okay, what sort of delivery are the opposition? We knew England were going to turn up and represent their country well, but we had to see whether or not the Exiles were going to buy into the concept, the players themselves, and they did, 100%.
It's pleasing to be here. I've got to admit I was very surprised. I didn't realise I was on the radar for this sort of a role, but pleasantly surprised when the phone call came through. And I think everyone knows I have a real soft spot for my time and a fondness for my time in the Northern Hemisphere and my time within the Super League, and it was an easy sell.
Oh, I think it was always an experiment last year, more so than it was a concept, I think, and it worked well. I think a lot of people got behind it very well, and the performance, I think, from both sides out in the field, really attributed to the success of the concept, and I think it's going to improve and get bigger and better in the years to come.
Yes, promises to be a couple of pretty intense games against the Exiles, the International Origin Series. The first of those takes place. It's coming up pretty quickly, isn't it? The first one in June. Right, shall we see some tries? It's top 5 time, and here are 5 beauties from the past week. This week's number 5 scored by the Bradford Bulls, the first of a hat-trick from Jason Crooks, but all about this pass. How about that? Harlem Globetrotters from Luleå. Crooks with a great winger's finish in the corner. At 4, same match, same result. Josh Hodgson going over, but it was all about the dancing toes of Dobson. How many Bulls try and stop him? None of them manage it, and Hodgson touches down. No point changing a winning formula. The third try from the same match, Brett Carney, but Whitehead completely destroys Chris Wellen. And how about that pace as well from the big forward, and a terrific finish from Carney just to the left of the post. Second best this week, the Widnes Vikings. Finnegan with the break, Briscoe on the shoulder, the fullback, and the step to the opposite fullback. Just about gets over. Top try though this week, pick of the bunch, from one end of the field to the other. Little bit of a bobble. Jordan Turner says, how fast am I? Michael Shenton and Adi Gardner know a lot more now. Shenton gets closest, but still absolutely nowhere near. Terrific toes from Turner, and the top try of the week. Now, it's been an eventful 2012 so far for the Bradford Bulls. Problems off the field, lots of injuries on it and a mixed bag of results. But the signs at the moment are encouraging. A valiant display last time out here at Odsal against the Warrington Wolves, followed up by a terrific victory away at Hull KR.
Here is Samet again. They go left with Bateman. Bateman dumps the ball, brilliant hands, gets it out to Jason Crooks, and Crooks gets over in the corner.
It's been great, you know. We've had a couple of weeks where we did play pretty good, you know. We played against Warrington, had a good result, didn't win, but you know the game was a good one for us in defence especially. And then went to Hull KR, was down 24-8, and then had the mental strength to come up and win that game. So you know everyone's definitely buzzing to get the first home win.
Yeah, it was a great fight back, you know, and determination showed by the boys to come back from, you know, like you said, you know, we were down 28 or 24-8, you know, down, and it was a good fight back, good win, you know, and yeah, it was great determination showed by the boys.
Given the circumstances, given the injuries, does that make it all the more impressive that you managed to come from behind and win that game?
Oh, I guess so, yeah. Well, we had Langers and Scroots out, you know, before half time, so, you know, for the boys to dig that deep, you know, having, you know, 2 less subs on the bench, felt good, you know, and it was a good feeling around the boys, so it was like a great fight back, you know, and like you said, we showed character to come back from that.
Still going Bateman. Good strength, good tackle again by Hall. Last one here. Crooks trying to pinch one, is it? I think he might have got this. It's down. I think he might have got this. He has.
Oh, we were in for a really tough game. Bradford, you even go back to last year, we went to Bradford and we were in pretty good form, and we went there and we got away with a draw in the last few minutes of the game. So, you know, it's going to be a tough game there, and, you know, I just finished reviewing their last couple of games, and, you know, they were very strong against a very good Warrington side, you know, and with a bit of luck probably could have led that game quite easily, but, you know, they didn't, and I'm not saying Warrington did deserve to win that game, which Warrington did deserve to do it, but Bradford put in a very strong performance against a very good Warrington side. Then last week they come out and played very strongly against Hull KR, who've got a massive pack of forwards, a big aggressive pack of forwards, and they won in the end, you know, running away. They come back into the game, bit behind, come back in, got some momentum and went on to win the game very convincingly.
I don't see that they're struggling. They've got some injuries like yourself, but you look at the players they have got, and even bringing the young kids in now, they're quality, and they've set their foundations down for the last few years in developing these kids. And you know, there's a big crisis because Saints have lost 3 in a row. Well, you know, every team will do that from time to time. It's just that they've been at a level for a long while now that most teams don't get to, and they've lost 3 in a row. Well, you know, sometimes that happens, and other teams are improving as well. So we're looking at them, and we know that even they may have some of the top players out, they're going to be playing well, and they'll stick to what they're doing. And we've got to put our best performance in this year if we're going to beat Saints. And this is, you know, better than the Warrington at home, or definitely better than last week, because they'll be open, they'll be wanting to prove everyone wrong that, like you say, they're struggling.
Big game, isn't it, for both the Bradford Bulls and for St Helens as well. The two sides will go toe-to-toe right here on Saturday evening at Odsal. That's your lot for this week, except for competition time. That's coming up on your screen very shortly. Confirmation of last week's winner as well. The question, or the answer I should say, from last week. Danny Houghton, the top tackler in Super League in 2011. There's another chance to win on the way. 2 more tickets to a Super League game of your choice. So as you're tackling that, I will say goodbye, and I'll see you next week.